Lisa from Bayview Cottage on Salt Spring Island. Okay, because I just wanted to know what time your check-in is, but you don't need me there to check in. If I can give you instructions. If you don't mind parking street side, not in my driveway, it's free and it's set. It's okay. Let me speak to Betty. Okay. Hello, Betty. I'm just going to give you some check-in instructions because I may not be home and I want you to check in when you're ready. If you don't mind not driving into my driveway, parking street side, it's free and it's safe. Then walk down my driveway and go to the right-hand side of the house. Then go through the gate, and your room is open. It's on the left-hand side after you go through the gate. There is 140 Bayview Road. It is the house number. Well, it's my house. It's not a cottage. The number of the house is 140 Bayview Road. I live there. You haven't got your own cottage. It's a room in my house. Yeah. So when you go into the room, that's your room, and then when you go into the house, go left outside of your door into the front living room, and you'll see a brown sort of coloured sofa. That's your guest living room, and there's a small kitchenette so you can use the fridge. There's tea, coffee facilities, and there's muffins in the fridge. I'll see you a little bit later on. There's 2 dogs in the house, but they're very friendly. They're called Bella and Bambi. So they're very friendly. Yeah. Okay, and I should be there later. I've got an interview I'm doing 5:30 to 6:30, so I may not be home till a bit later. So I just want you to get comfortable. This is my cell number. Don't hesitate to call me if you have any questions. This is it here, this one that I'm just calling you on. Yeah. Yeah. No, to the right. To the right. That's all right. No, and it's just my driveway's a bit tricky and people have crashed into my house, so it's easier to walk down the drive than to drive it. But it's not far at all. It's very short. Yes, you will. All right, I'll see you later on. You're welcome, Betty. See you later. Bye-bye, love. Like my dogs.
Well, you are dealing with the public.
I know, it's all good. Okay, let's call her now.
Yes, let's do that.
I just had to get that out of the way because I wasn't
Oh
sure.
no, look, I'm sure Karen's fine. Hello?
Hi,
Hey,
Betty.
how are you? Hi, hey, beautiful Lisa.
Hi, beautiful Karen.
So, I'm a technical, like I'm a dinosaur. I thought my Mac was updated, and then you called and it said now you have to download some weird thing. So we'll do it on my phone.
Okay, whatever works for you.
Yeah.
It's nice to chat in person. So it won't be in person, but our voices will be recorded. But I always think it's nice to be in person to do the interview.
Yeah.
So I've changed a few of the words, but I've basically downloaded what you told me from your website.
What's going on here? There's some buzzing. Buzzy.
We don't have any buzzing on this end.
Okay, it's gone now. I
Okay.
just shut down my computer. Maybe that's what it was.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to do the intro and then we'll just take it organically. We'll talk about skincare and I'll ask you some questions and then we'll talk about your perfume business as well and
Sure.
then how people can reach you and all of that.
Sure.
Okay. Can we go back to looking at each
Oh
other?
yeah, I just just wanted to make sure that
We're
sound
recording.
was good.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to put my glasses on because I've got to read this off my phone.
Don't forget, hello, listeners. I'll give you the clap.
Try and keep it so you're not making too much noise.
That's going to come through as a loud
That's going to
noise.
come through as a loud noise. So you need to keep your phone really nice and still.
Lock it.
Do what to it?
Just put it in one position and don't move it.
Oh, frick. Okay, this is hard for me because I don't
Just
have
lean
a
it up
stand.
against a book.
Okay, I am.
Whatever
And then I have
that
to
is,
put
works great.
something in front. Huh?
That's good.
You got it. That's it.
Yeah, but I have my finger on it, so I have
Oh.
to put something on it to hold it.
Yeah, because every time you touch the phone, it makes a funny sound, and we're recording that sound.
Yeah, and it's going to come through in the interview.
How's that?
That's great.
Much better.
Okay, thanks. Nice feedback.
Okay. Okay, clap. Hello, listeners. A warm welcome to the Complete Life Show. I'm your host, Lisa Thamides, and I'm so glad that you've tuned in. This show is all about finding peace and well-being through the mind-body-spirit continuum. My hope is we can all take away nuggets of information from all the wonderful people I interview to help us lead our very best lives. Today, I'd like to introduce you to Karen Van Dyck, herbalist and natural perfumier. Karen is directed by the healing potential, beauty and perfect synergy of nature's plants, are guiding principles in skincare that she creates. All ingredients are sourced from nature. All actives are whole superfoods. All ingredients are friendly and safe to the environment, i.e. biodegradable. And all ingredients are food grade. If you wouldn't eat it, why would you put it on your skin? Karen holds degrees and certificates from Dominion Herbal College, the University of Winnipeg, University of Victoria, the Atelier Mandy Aftel Natural Perfumier, Berkeley, California, the Organic Monitor UK, and the Cosmetic Chemists of the USA. As a formulator, Karen understands the chemistry and alchemy of separating and combining nature's ingredients to create and transform. For the past 15 years, she's created and marketed her own line of natural perfumes, skincare and body care products. Vitali Natural Care, Nature's First Beauty Bar, the Stillroom Perfumery and Karen Van Dyck Perfume, herbal remedies, spice blends and custom products. Karen's business includes formulating unique and customized natural lines for many branded skincare companies, including mine at Figs and Honey, and perfume businesses across Canada. By bringing nature to the forefront, it's Karen's hope that through education and experience, the products and perfumes can be a small part of bringing people back to the harmony and balance of nature, and to knowing themselves in profound relationship with a connected universe. Karen believes vitality is important and that we turn from harmful, highly processed synthetic chemicals in our food and the products we use daily. Science in all its nature has championed the freedom to explore and honoured honest mistakes as stepping stones to growth. It's time to learn from our mistakes and re-find our balance in this amazing world. It's important now, more than ever, that we ask questions, form cooperative community and foster a healthy connection with the natural world. This requires learning, a letting go of things that harm, and respectful gratitude for the beauty that's all around us. It requires the spirit of reciprocity and promoting true sustainability. Karen is a grandmother, a mother. With dedication to these ideals, she places her business and wishes for the best future possible. Karen, I've known you, and thank you for coming on the show, for almost 15 years now, and it never ceases to amaze me all the wonderful information that you have stored in that amazing brain of yours and that you pass along to us and educate and inform. For the listeners that don't know, I am a holistic skin therapist, and I help a lot of people through especially acne and eczema using products that Karen has formulated, and I've been using them consistently for over 15 years. At figsandhoney.com, which is where my business is. So I'm very intimately connected to the products that Karen makes, and I really am very passionate about the healing that can happen when we take a holistic approach to wellness in regards to the skin. So today we're going to have a lovely conversation to educate and inform listeners, and hopefully stimulate some curiosity into how we can have beautiful, healthy bodies, beautiful, healthy skin naturally, without compromising our bodies and our well-being to do so. Hello, Karen.
Hi, Lisa. That was really well put. Thank you.
We've lost the sound. Sorry for that.
Oh,
That's
No,
okay.
no.
You're back. It's okay. Hi, Karen. How are you?
hi, Lisa. I'm great on this beautiful sunny day, and I'm in Victoria here looking at your beautiful face on my screen.
Oh, you're so sweet. That's really lovely. So let's have a little chat about how you got into all of this and where you're at now. I know you are a natural perfumier and you just love that side of business. I love it too, and have come to you because you do these custom perfumes that blend all these delicious essences together. Tell us a little bit, let's go back a bit and just talk about how you got into this and what you are. I know I did this introduction, so I've kind of said that, but tell us a little bit about your business.
Yeah, I guess I'll tell you about how I got into it. It's something that found me. I think that in our lives, if we're lucky enough to live long enough, we go through several different rebirths, as it were. I used to teach high school English and theater. My whole world was in, performing as a singer-songwriter and working in theater, from writing to producing plays and in education, teaching. And then one day my world changed. I could take it right down to one moment where nature called me, basically. I was sitting with my baby by the lake. So she's now 20, almost 24. So that's how long ago it was. I was sitting by Shawnigan Lake and I smelled the cottonwood bud. Well, I didn't know what it was, but that lovely spring smell that comes. And I think everybody knows one day in the spring, all of a sudden this smell comes in the air and we all go, oh my gosh, spring is here.
Yeah.
That is beautiful.
True.
And so I started fantasizing because she was sleeping in my arms, and I started daydreaming basically about how I could take that scent of heaven, which it was to me, and put it in a bottle and take it to a bus stop in the middle of winter in Winnipeg and a frozen environment, and have someone sit down and randomly open up this little vial and be enveloped by the scent of heaven.
Mm-hmm.
So I realized then that there was so much mystery around this scentscape that had followed me my entire life. So I put the baby down and went out and started sniffing and trying to figure out where the heck this smell of heaven was coming from. And I found these little sticky buds. They're on the black cottonwood tree. I now know what they are. And it started there, and I started my education. It was like Alice in Wonderland. It just sort of opened up for me. And for the first time in my life, I was passionate about connecting to nature. I always felt that nature was something that was a backdrop to my life. It was around me. I knew it was beautiful, but I was more concerned about human relationships and myself. And for the first time, I was thinking of something bigger than just myself or the way that I connected to the world. And a voracious learner after that.
Amazing. I want to tell the listeners how incredibly unique your products are, because there's really nothing that I know of out there on the market that's so, they're hand tinctured, local herbs, organic herbs, sustainably sourced ingredients. Even the shea butter is sustainably sourced from a women's group in Africa. But how do you go about starting a creation? Let's say how do you go about creating a skincare product with a view to it being a healing, nourishing product that can support us all? How does it start? Mm-hmm. What's that process look like?
Well, first of all, the ingredients themselves are incredibly complex, beautiful, healing. So the herbs and the spices and the flowers of the planet and the trees and the seaweeds, they're all complex symphonies of natural phytonutrients that do amazing things to us. They're not only our food, they're our medicine, and they also are feeding our skin our skin is not separate from the inside of our bodies, as you and I know, Lisa, because we've developed these products together. I just wanted to say that over the years,
Yeah.
you've been instrumental in me, refining what I do. So they
Oh,
are.
can I just stop you there? I want to educate people a minute, because I don't think a lot of people understand. When they put a product on their skin, it goes into their bloodstream within 30 to 60 seconds. Is that right?
Yes, it depends on the size of the molecule. So when I formulate, I'm very conscious of what the molecule sizes are. Some things will sit on the surface of the skin as protection, as a barrier. Some things will go in as deep as they can as nourishment. So things like essential oils and some of the vitamins and amino acids and things like that are in the natural ingredients, they all have varying levels of penetrability. So some of them go directly into the bloodstream, and some of them will sit on the surface. So I formulate so that we can deliver the highest level of nutrition in its whole form, like not an isolated molecule like they do in pharmaceutical cosmeceuticals, for instance, but the whole form, because I have respect for nature in its whole form.
And not to discount, not that we want to badmouth a lot of products that are out there that are pharmaceutical, but basically people don't realize that what they're putting on their bodies every day in their form of skincare, very specifically, a lot of the products that you find over the counter are loaded with carcinogenics, hormone disruptors, and ingredients that really disbalance the body, and there's a high price to pay. So there's that knowledge that we all need to really be aware of. We use that analogy of the glass that's got a little bit of dirt in and you don't notice it, but you add a little bit more into your body and a little bit more toxicity through skincare, through diet, through drinks, through lifestyle, more and more chemicals into the body that then knock the body off kilter, and then we become susceptible to chronic illnesses and autoimmune diseases. So it's not to be discounted. It really isn't. It's such a huge thing that we do every day, especially as women with our face creams. What we put on our body very directly affects our mood, our hormones, our digestive systems. So I just wanted to go back to that, because you and I, it's so comfortable and we're so aware, but for listeners out there that really just never really think about it, they need to understand the value of an organic whole food skincare product and how it does not disrupt the body in other ways.
Yes, absolutely important. And it's the as above, so below that I love so much, the old Egyptian epithet, which is that, what you put on, you put in, what you consume affects your mind, body, and spirit. And that we are not separate. And that's the industry is based on separating. So yes, you have a symptom you don't like. Of course, you want to remove it or heal it or deal with the symptom. But we just, like you just said, we don't think about what's happening to the rest of the body. And your symptom may go away, but the actual pathology has gone deeper into the body. So you're out of balance, like you said. So we really need to honor and respect that the skin is a barrier, but it is permeable. It is part of your body. Don't put anything on your skin that you wouldn't want to put in your body. So
because it's the largest organ actually on your entire body. It's the biggest organ you have.
And it is in herbal medicine and in like all medicine, Chinese medicine, homeopathy. The skin is the part that will reveal to you if something serious is going on within. So if you're getting itches and rashes and eczemas and things like that, there's usually an imbalance within as well that needs to be addressed. So we feed from the outside, we heal from the outside, but we need to heal from the inside. And that includes emotionally too.
Well, that's the work I do, because I do the energy work and I do guidance on lifestyle and diet and elimination, and then obviously products as well, because it's always emotionally attached to anxieties and all sorts of things, and lifestyle habits. So it's never one-dimensional, any skin issue.
Yeah, so that's why it's so amazing to find someone like you to work with, because you understand that and you have a respect for what the products do. So one key difference in our products, like Figs and Honey products and my products as well, is that we use superfoods instead of cosmeceuticals. So I just want to make that point, Lisa, because
Explain
a lot of
that.
people think that hyaluronic acid, salicylic acid, peptides, all these things are natural. They are not natural. They may have, started from, for instance, hyaluronic acid used to come from rooster combs from the meat industry. Now it comes from a fermented GMO corn, and then it's highly processed. When I say processed, that means it's gone through acids or hydrogenation, all sorts of, or sulfuric acid or ethylene oxide. It's been prepared in a toxic way, which is bad for the environment. So hyaluronic acid is not considered a natural ingredient. So we use snow fungus products. So salicylic acid is also synthetic. So we use willow. CoQ10 is an isolated synthetic vitamin. So we use almond oil, sweet almond. So there's lots of different things that we use in their whole form. So that's a real key difference in what we do. And I really think it's important to let people know, to educate people so they can make a choice. If you love hyaluronic acid, at least know what you're loving and use it in moderation, because it is not a natural ingredient.
No.
Nature puts things in symphony, and man takes the symphony apart. And
also, there's 100%. And also, there's a price to pay. Like, there's certain things you can use, and your skin might look good initially, but the long-term damage of using a lot of products out there that are touted as wonder products for youth, create skin like leather and age the skin horribly and traumatize the skin horribly. So you've got to be very, very careful of the peels and the acid peels and all of those things.
Microdermabrasion, the little needles that they're sticking in skin, which I understand the theory behind it is to stimulate the production of collagen, which is what is diminishing as we get older. But you're actually piercing a barrier. And so if you're lucky, you will have the appropriate reaction, which will be collagen production and all as well. If you're not, you could get a serious infection, and you're also stressing the skin immensely, which is going to contribute to long-term aging, right?
Right.
And aging is not a bad word. I mean, I don't know any product out there that's going to turn back the hands of time. The best thing for looking young and vital is health.
And happiness. Yeah.
And happiness.
Yeah.
So these products support that. We support that, as nature does. We understand. There's also toxic plants, as there are toxic chemicals, and we know usually those toxic plants are used in small amounts in medicines, and they can be used topically in small amounts as well, but I stay away from them completely.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about how you choose essences to perfume your products too, because I mean, one of the lovely things I'm told all the time is how delicious our products smell, and of course they are all natural, so it's quite the feat. I remember going for a facial in America once, and in Seattle, and the esthetician said to me, I use all natural products, so you'll have to accept that the smell is really bad. And I said to her, oh my dear, it doesn't, you've got it backwards. If you use all natural products, the smells should be delicious, not bad. So I educated her a little bit, and I think I sent her to you actually. But there's this assumption that natural odors are not beautiful. So how do you go about choosing your lovely essences to make them face creams and all of your products so delicious?
Yeah, I mean, you bring up scent. Scent is a huge topic, but I think there is a difference between natural essential oils and natural essences and synthetic essences, which most of the perfume industry is based on. Even French perfumes, Egyptian perfumes, all perfumes are pretty much 99% synthetic. So you have to kind of get used to the natural scents, but we love them. We love to smell a rose. We love the smell
lavender.
of pine. We love lavender.
Orange
and
blossom.
the essences are always a little bit different when you take them off the plant, but those are the types of smells that are in our products. And they're chosen for their therapeutic benefits. For example, anything blue will take down inflammation. So azulene, which is the molecule that's in chamomile or in blue tansy, those things will take out redness and, take down inflammation. Nature's plants, the essential oils, are just, they're all either antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, antifungal. They all have amazing, amazing properties for rebalancing. So they're chosen with those things in mind. Some things are very gentle. You can use on babies and pregnant women, like sweet orange is one, rose geranium, which, in moderation, of course, all of these in moderation if you're pregnant. Things like lavender can lower your blood pressure, so if you're stressed or you want something calming, lavender is often great. But for pregnant women, too much lavender can relax you too much, and you have to be careful.
Yeah.
So pregnancy, I usually say avoid all scent, even naturals. But so they're all chosen for their particular properties, but also for their aesthetic smells. So
I want to tell people to know what you do in Victoria. You're in Oak Bay, and you have the Still Room Perfumery, and
yes.
People can come to you and tell our listeners the experience they can have in creating their own personal scent.
Right. It's actually phenomenal. We connect with people in a really profound way. There's two of us in the shop. We're both trained noses. My training, as I said, in perfumery was with Mandy Aftel in California, and Stacey Moore of Flor. Her training was with Ayala Morial in Israel, and we are the two noses. So you come in, you book an appointment with us. It's 2 to 3 hours in duration, and we take you on a journey around the world. We get to know you a bit. We have tools. They're very amazing. We use color, and we find out a bit about you. We do it blind so that you're not influenced by the words. So, for example, if you come in and say, I hate Rose, and we don't let you see the name Rose, we turn it around, and we introduce Rose when we get to the heart notes. And all of a sudden you say, oh, I love that. And so, it can change everything. We have these preconceived notions, about what things are. So then we choose your palette of notes. And that's what it's called in perfumery, is notes. There's notes and chords. It's a lot of musical terminology. And then we choose your palette, and then we put it together. And it's all based on evaporation rate. So there's science involved, the intensity and character of each note, how they work together. And we use your skin, and we develop it with you. We only go with your yeses, what you love, and then your perfume walks out the door with you along with your recipe card.
It's a fabulous, unique gift. I've bought them for my children, and they've all absolutely loved them, and they go back again to Karen for refills. And so they have like their personal perfume. Well, it used to be, I know in Europe it's very common that a young woman would choose her scent very early, actually, and that would be her scent for as long as she was wearing scent, like one scent, it would be her scent. So the idea of creating a very personal scent and then having that as your personal scent that you wear, it's like a hallmark, isn't it, when you get close to somebody?
It makes you more connected to yourself and more connected to the world around you, because it is natural. So, and your memories, because scent is very connected to your oldest memories, your dreams, your desires. So it's very unique to you. But I want to tell you something interesting based on what you just said. Mandy Aftel, who was my mentor, my nose that I trained with, she tells a story about a person who came and made a custom perfume with her, and then 5 years later came back again and chose a completely different set of notes, completely different, made a completely different perfume. And I just think that that's perfect, because we as humans, we are evolving, we're changing, we're growing, we're having new experiences, all constantly. So why would we think that
one perfume forever?
Stuck in time, right? It's like having, well, I was going to say one person forever, but some people do manage to make that work.
Yeah.
But you have to evolve and change, right? You have to be able to grow and change and move and dance of life. And things come and things go, and that's beautiful, So we don't want to embalm ourselves, whether it's with perfumes or with skincare. We're not preserving ourselves like mummies in our lives. We're experiencing life as an ongoing dance that's changing and growing. So that's my waxing poetic on that.
Well, I hope our listeners have had some information here to enrich their experience of products that they might be using, and to certainly inform and educate themselves. Tell us, Karen, how people can reach you directly in Victoria through your website.
My website is K Van Dyck Parfum. That's the Facebook page. K Van Dyck is KVandyck That's the Facebook. That's the website. No, that's the Facebook page. Sorry, my website is K Van Dyck. So
.com.
no parfum.
KVandyck.com.
Yeah. That's my
And
website.
anyone interested can also reach her at figsandhoney.com. They can contact me through my business because all of my products are made by Karen. And I've got as I say, a 15-year history, so I know them very well. Any questions you might have, you're welcome to email me directly, and I'll help you connect with Karen too, because this is a huge topic, and I know there's going to be a lot of listeners with different skin complaints and different skin issues, and they're going to have some questions, and that's absolutely fine. You're also on Instagram, aren't you, Karen?
Yeah, K Van Dyck Parfum.
K Van Dyck Parfum.
Dyck is D-Y-C-K. Yeah.
D-Y-C-K.
Hey, Lisa, I want to ask you a question now, since we're here.
Yeah.
The product, the hive product, the honey product that you make. Do you want to tell them about that? Because it's phenomenal.
I know.
And
I've discovered it. Well, I found this product in Europe, and I don't think they were entirely honest about what was on the ingredients list because it was too simple. And I brought it home for Karen. My mother actually had found it, and I had run out of skincare through COVID. I've been in Portugal, and everything had just dissipated. And I got to London, and my mum was using this product, and I started using it. And basically, it was touted as an Egyptian product, with some sort of marketing around that. But it had honey, propolis, royal jelly, beeswax, olive oil in it. Right. And anyway, I can't tell you what happened. Like, I started using it every night, and my skin started to just glow, and all the lines started dissipating, and uneven skin patches plumped up, and dry patches moisturized. It literally within a week, my skin looked freaking stunning. And I brought the product back to Karen and asked her, look, Karen, we've got to make this product because it's magic, and what's in it is so raw and basic. It's all to do with honey and bees and olive oil, which is like my favorite ingredient in food anyway. So Karen, you formulated it for me. I've been making batches of it. I haven't even labeled it or named it yet. And it flies out of the door. Everyone wants it because they're like, oh my God, what is in that? And I love it. I love it the most because it's so natural. And, honey is antimicrobial and antibacterial, but it heals blemishes. It heals patchiness. The olive oil is nourishing. And I mean, it must be just loaded is all I can think. And this is just very recently. So I've been making it up. Karen's been helping me make it in batches. And I use it every day, like absolutely every day. I slather it on. It's quite greasy, but it soaks in so beautifully and naturally. I like it when it's unscented, this particular product, because I'm in my stage of life where my hormones are fluctuating. So I tend to go, when I go to bed, I like to have something on my face that's not scented, just because it can trigger a migraine at the moment. So I've gone for the unscented version, and yeah, I love it. But I mean, when you look at the ingredients, it's not surprising, like propolis and royal jelly. And I use all local honey and local propolis and local royal jelly from the local farms. So it's like a wonder product.
Beautiful. And the bees, the bees have so much wisdom, and they're so balanced. And the history of the hive, even right down to the geometry.
The hexagon.
Yeah, and so the priestesses from the mystery schools in Greece and Italy and the old world, they were called bees because they guided people through the veil, basically, the veil
Yeah.
between our lives and the universe
And the spirit life.
and spirit life. Yeah.
Yeah.
So profound health. The bees knew a lot, and without them, we wouldn't be here.
No,
So
we
that
wouldn't.
was
I don't think people realise that without bees, we literally would have no food and we would not be able to exist. It's a funny
yeah.
little, tiny little insect that means so much to our ability to survive on this planet. But it's 100% truth. With no bees, there'd be nothing. So it stands to
No.
reason that the bee byproduct, the honey, is therapy, and of course it is anyway. Many people know that, taken internally, royal jelly, it can heal so many things.
Some of the old digs, the archaeological digs, they'll find little vials of honey that are like thousands of years old, and they're still
I saw
vital.
that in
Yeah.
Egypt in the
Yeah.
sarcophaguses. They have
Yeah.
found traces of the honey, and
Yeah.
it's preserved thousands of years.
It's a preservative. It's amazing.
Yeah.
But I do want to say, just because we do get things locally, we make sure we get them from places that are ethical. They're not abusing the bees or stealing, things that the bees would need. So it's, there's always a consciousness around the environment from which these ingredients come, and a deep respect for nature. So I just wanted to add that.
Oh gosh, yes, and that's behind the ethos of my business. Full stop.
Yeah.
Anything and everything we do and use, and I try and eliminate as much waste and toxicity as possible, just to do my tiny little bit to support this beautiful planet and humanity, because we're on that brink where we all need to do our bit.
Yeah, and we're all connected, so.
And we're all connected. So when we're doing the right thing, the ripple effects of doing the right thing are huge. So consciously, switch it up, listeners, and get on the program of natural skincare, because it's not just good for you, it's good for the whole world, and we need to start changing our ways and improving our health and well-being, so that the happier and the lighter we are, the more we can impact our communities and our families as well. So it's a really big topic.
It's a win-win. And it also is putting a hole in the myth. If you think of the myth that we've been fed through advertising about chemicals, we're now seeing beyond that. We're seeing where they are useful, and we're educating ourselves as a species, that we now are going back to nature more and more and more, and understanding. I always say, like plastic, for instance, beautiful product made from petroleum, awesome, amazing, but it never should have been a throwaway, disposable product.
No.
It should have been used to enhance our tools or our lives, but not a consumable. So I'm humbled as a human to what we do with chemicals. I also respect Western medicine and chemicals, chemical substances that we put topically or take internally. I respect them, but we need to know when and how to use them, and they are not long-term, everyday things.
No.
For vitality.
And let's heal our skin, let's heal our bodies from the inside out, people. And if anyone's interested in talking to me about that, I would be happy. I do online sessions and online consultations and in-house facials and all kinds of things like that, actually, as well. So if you're interested on Salt Spring Island, that's for sure. And if you're in Victoria or interested in buying any of Karen's products, again, tell us your website address, Karen.
My website is kvandyck.com.
kvandyck.com, D-Y-C-K. kvandyck.com. Okay, well, thanks, Karen. Thanks for coming into the show again. It's lovely to chat to you. We could talk for hours. Have a lovely day, and thanks again.
Thanks again, Lisa.
Bye,
Have
love.
a good day.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, that was good. I don't know, was the sound quality okay? Because she was quite quiet.
No, the sound quality, because I had to turn it down because I was worried about feedback.
Okay.
Might be something for us to think about, that people wear earphones, because then we won't have that chirping sound that we were getting. But all I can say is smart lady.
Yeah, thanks, Karen. You're a doll.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're welcome. No, it's
This
fun.
show will be
I could have
going
put
on
my
in a couple of
earphones in,
weeks.
David.
I'll give you plenty of notice when it's live, and you've got to try
Okay.
and promote it for me, and then we'll give you the podcast after.
Okay, great. Thanks so much,
Karen.
you
That
guys.
was
That
really
was
great
fun.
job. Thank you, my angel.
Bye,
Okay,
Karen.
talk soon.
Bye,
Bye,
darling.
David.
I'll speak to you later.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Oh.
Okay, good. That was good.